Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our new world. All the lion tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand. We did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning. This is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our new world. All the lions tried to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. All the lions tried to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our new world. All that I have tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand we did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning, this is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything.
Touch me around and give it range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night.
Fight to fight, we live for speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pound and engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm.
Turn the wheel through the breakneck roll. Sun rays down through the thunder soul.
And welcome to Nerd TV for another Global Racing League Truck Series race, live from the simulated Watkins Glen International Raceway. I think that's might be what it's called. Who knows? But we're going to go 2.45 miles for 72 laps as we kick off the Nerd TV Countdown to Green presented by Icon Apparel Company. And here's your weather for the track. 78 degrees. Or 79 rather, in the skies, 45% humidity, cloudy, which a little bit of sun kicking out there over turn one, and virtually no wind, so we kind of like to see that in this race here. So weather probably not going to be a factor this evening, but we'll find that out as we progress through 72 laps here. My name, of course, is Jeremy Stanley, aka J Swifty, and to my right-hand side, the guy of 1,000 hats, Mr. Freshly shaven head, Mr. Dustin Logston. What's up?
Yeah, I had to sit here and get looking my best for 72 laps at Watkins Glen. I don't know who made the call on that one. Thanks, Bobby. But nonetheless, we're going to have some fun. Not you. But no, we're going to have some fun, though. These guys, I tell you what, they've been putting on some amazing races. We go back to last week, Jeremy. Flag to flag, caution free at Kentucky, nonetheless. These guys are putting on some good shows here as of late, and really this whole season. And I mean, they're putting on the show when it counts the most. I mean, right now we're working our way down towards playoff start. We have this week at Watkins Glen, and then we go from a road course going left and right to a short track at Richmond before we lock in our playoff drivers.
That's right. Two races this week, next week, and boom. Chase for the Truck Cup is underway, which starts off at Milwaukee Mile, August 23rd. That is the start of the playoffs. As we get there, speaking of playoffs, Dustin, we can't talk about the schedule without going over points as well. Currently, let's get my point sheet pulled over here to my main monitor. Bobby Mantle holds the lead with 11 points over Jacob Grant. Stephen Hayes, Michael Thorpe, and EJ Luna currently is your top 5. But those guys are basically locked in, right, Dustin? So then we have to go down to where it gets fun. That, is, of course, is your cutoff area, position 16 and 17. Who's in, who's out. I'm going to give you the bottom 3 that are in. That's going to be Brody Marinko, Michael Hayes, Stephen Knight. Those 3 currently in. The 3 currently out, David Holsey, Justin LeBlanc, and Chuck Cobb. So those guys are out. Then, of course, we do have Caden Bullard, who's had 7 starts. I don't think he can make it. I don't know the actual start count for the season to make it in, but he does have a win with 7 starts. So I don't know if that's going to be a qualifier or not. But it looks like it's just, there's no advantage unless someone sneaks one in here at Watkins Glen. This is probably that variable track that could make or break someone's playoff hope.
Yeah, Jeremy forgetting to put his NVIDIA broadcast on, so we got to say hi to Tara. She walked in the background.
Oh, you know what?
Cha-ching! No, but one of the names that you did mention in there, Brody Marinko, is no longer in competition here. So even though he holds a spot in the top 16 in points, he will not be counted. So I do believe Holsey, which is the first one out, is technically, even though it doesn't show on there, they'll fix that once the championship starts again. He is technically just inside because, again, Brody Marinko, they're not going to allow a driver to hold a spot that's not in competition anymore. So, but nonetheless, very, very close. Like you said, your top 5 pretty well locked in. But, I mean, it's been a solid fight this entire season. And it's going to come all the way down to the checkered flag at Richmond next week, Jeremy. That every point's going to count. Drivers is definitely going to be giving it their all, but they have to get through this track here first tonight, and this is not an easy track. It's a fun one. Jeremy, you know me. You've just been introducing me and getting me into road racing at different tracks like Sebring, Daytona road course, things like that, and I've been enjoying it, but Watkins Glen has always been one of my favorites. That's why I was kind of bummed out that I couldn't partake with you and KB in the 6 hours at the Glen. That only lasted 2 hours for you guys, unfortunately. But definitely a fun track, but it's a very technical track.
Yeah, 100% is. Definitely is. This track, though, is like the most NASCAR-ish style road course. There's not many turns. It's high speed. So it's kind of cool. Good mixture here. That's why Watkins Glen is such a fun track to race each and every single season as they get to the New York side of the nation. But here we go. They are grading, Dustin. We're going to get our cameras off our screen and go over the starting lineup for race number 21 of the 2025 Global Racing League Truck Series season. Michael Thorpe Jr. and Michael Hayes starts P1 and P2.
What'd you just say? Whose name did you just say?
The one who said he's not really racing, and then you called him out last week, and then here he's in P2. That one.
Hi, Mike Hayes. Glad to see you in attendance.
Yeah, we can thank Dustin that truck number 1 is fielding tonight's field because he's like, oh, I actually am a playoff driver. That's weird. So then he signed back in. Look at that. Commentators can produce more than just commentary. They can produce who shows up in tonight's field. Check that out. So row 2, Bobby Mantle and Don Blazier. Row 3, Tyler Honeycutt, EJ Luna. Row 4, Stephen Hayes, Danny White. Row 5, Dustin Franklin, David Holsey. Row 6, Jeff Weimer, Jonathan Gaston. Row 7, Ricky Hudgens, Bradley Miner. Row 8, Abram Ghostin, Chuck Cobb, and Callum Bailey is your caboose tonight. 17 drivers for the 21st race of the season. The YouTube chats, Dustin, you took 10 minutes to go live because of the extra qualifying time, and they spammed it.
Love
Michael
it.
Thorpe shouting out the 34, 34, 34. Holmesy's in the chat. Got to be at work the next few weeks, so he's just going to be here to cheer him on. This is cool. Donnie Honeycutt saying, let's go Tyler. Of course, Tyler Honeycutt. Currently P5 on the grid here. And yeah, let's make this chat box completely full, so I have to scroll back and forth to find everything. Because I love doing that. As we have 13 viewers before the green flag does drop here tonight.
Yeah, I love seeing the interaction, and of course, you guys know we love bringing you guys in. We always have fun talking back and forth with you guys, and this one goes out to Kimberly. Okay, I know Stephen Hayes has let us down the last couple weeks, and we have not got our brownies, but we have 2 Hayes in there, so does that double the amount of chances that we can possibly get brownies if one of them wins? Because here recently, the brownie talk has given me some frownies because I don't have any brownies to eat.
And we're gonna see ourselves out after that comment. You guys have a good rest of your night. Just kidding.
That was come on. That was dad joke material. Come on.
That was very good dad joke stuff. Frownies for no brownies. Check that out. Dustin doesn't usually. That's a blindsider. I usually don't get one from you.
No, it's usually you that's doing it.
Yeah.
Can't let you have all the fun.
We're having a lot of fun here this Sunday evening before the green flag even flies. You're going to see a lot more of that because it's road course racing. And, you know, there's a rule, Dustin. If they go past lap 3, cautions will not be found. Not a single one. So that means a lot of strung out racing. There could be some battles. We'll put them on the screen as we get there, as we're going through carousel turn 6 at the moment. I do vote whoever wins tonight's race. Push your window net inside the truck. Don't leave it outside. Don't look like a Connor Zillich. Please and thank you. 2 more corners. We go green flag, Dustin.
Yeah, and this initial start, Jeremy, is going to be vital, especially going into turn 1 because they're going to be cranking through the gears. They're going to be going pretty damn fast going into turn 1. And it's the first heavy braking point that these drivers have hit in a group. So you might see some drivers overshoot it. You might see a little bumper tag as well. I mean, that is not out of the ordinary, but we get ready. Green flag flies. We are underway at Watkins Glen. Michael Thorpe Jr. leads Mike Hayes into turn 1. And this is where it could get a little hairy, Jeremy, if they do not stay on top of their toes.
Oh, look like maybe the 74 Franklin shifted back. Nope, actually that would have been the 73 of Weimer. I think he lost a couple spots in turn number 1. They're starting to go through the top part of the S's into turn 3, 4. They're going to come up to the bus stop, which is turn 5, which I've never understood why they don't count as 5, 6, 7, 8, but, you know, or 5, 6, 7 rather, but who knows. Here we go, bus stop. Let's see how this goes. Could be really terrible on cold tires. Tyler Honeycutt goes wide, plus a 72 by. No, it looks like it's going to be clean, Dustin, through the first bus stop.
Yeah, and like I said, that was an excellent start. They made it through turn 1. That was a huge corner and heavy break point. The S's can be tricky, especially side by side. They made it through that. They made it through the bus stop, Jeremy, and we've seen in our Pro Sim broadcast just a week or so ago where that bus stop was coffin corner. We had so many spins going through there because they would hit that curbing and just lose grip on those tires. But so far, it looks like these drivers are hitting their marks. Side-by-side battle between Tyler Honeycutt and EJ Luna. Honeycutt takes it wide, and he's going to lose a spot to EJ and might lose that spot to Stephen Hayes here before we get through the S's.
Yeah, top of the S's now. Looking at the 24, EJ Luna currently sitting there in 6th place still. He's got the 13 of Hayes over the back bumper. Looking to see if he can make any moves. It's a tough spot to pass. Really tight through the bus stop. You can do it. You can really ramp the curbs if you'd like, but you also risk losing the truck. And these trucks are wicked loose early on in the run, so probably not the best idea. Oh, Tyler Honeycutt, the 45, locks it up in the back off the carousel turn 6. Speaking of loose, there it is. Tyler Honeycutt, the first one to show us just how hard it is off the exit of the carousel.
Yeah, and the carousel, I mean, it is a more technical corner than what you think because it is a very wide corner, and it leaches drivers into getting on the throttle sooner than what the truck can handle, and that's exactly what happened. Seeing Tyler Honeycutt got on the throttle just a little sooner than that truck was able to actually handle, and the truck let them know. That's why, I mean, you said it best, Jeremy. This track is perfect for stock car racing as a road course because it has long, fast straightaways. It does have the turns in there for the road course aspect, but it is a more technical track than what a lot of drivers and fans alike will actually give it.
Yeah, the bus stop is a huge sign of that. Carousel, when you go wide, you have to ramp over a couple set of curbs. So there's a lot of throttle work to be had there, especially in the trucks. And then you get to what's coming up as 7 and 8, which is two 90-degree corners after a very long straightaway, which a lot of people do call the backstretch here at Watkins Glen. So you have to pay attention a little to the heat there. Don't lock up the tires because you could ruin your run. You need those tires, especially here. Off of turn 8. And already we're on lap number 4, scheduled 72 here, as we're still just filing in single file through this whole field.
Yeah, and the longer this goes, the more spread out it's going to be. Again, a lot of drivers, there's some drivers that are good on that long run and they're good on the consistency. This is a very rhythm-based track. You get in a rhythm, hit your marks, hit your brake points, your throttle points, your turn points, and, I mean, you just start ticking laps away. But one thing is for certain, Jeremy, is we will not see a caution in tonight's event. We have surpassed lap 3. We did not have a parking lot on here. Unlike, I believe it was last season, we had a parking lot going into the bus stop. Not this season, says the drivers of the Global Racing League Truck Series. So we will go green flag the rest of the way, but that also means pit stops are going to be part of that, Jeremy. 72 laps, that's a lot of laps to try to tick down. So you got to get into that rhythm and into it fast.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about that huge parking lot last year, but indeed there was, I forget if it was 5, 6 trucks. They were just parked, so we had to back it all down and do a little restart, if you will, to get things gathered back up. But not this time. Much, much cleaner. Only one self-spin so far through the first 4 laps to open up race number 21. Dustin, how about we do a little bit of turn up the tunes while the trucks are still kind of close to each other. So we're going to turn up the sounds, drop our volume, and we're back here in a few. turn up the twos here as we're now currently on lap 8 of this 72 lap scheduled event, and we had a couple of moments during that little period. Here's the 81 Chuck Cobb, turn 6, taking its second victim. Much worse than Tyler Honeycutt's little bit ago. Hits the worst part of the wall where it transitions from the guardrail to the tires. And just demolishes the front end. The guardrail didn't do that. That was all the tire barrier. Chuck Cobb's night is done. And then I heard Bradley Minor went off track as well.
I think he might have just taken this one way wide. Sure did. And that's not uncommon, Jeremy, at this track, taking it wide. It does register as an off track, but a lot of drivers will widen that track out like that to try to keep up the momentum going through that those two 90-degree left and right corners.
Yeah, that's why I love racing in a league setting where your incident points do not count towards you. You can run places that you would be restricted in an official setting if you're worried about your safety rating. So you can go really wide in 7 exit. If you want to carry the speed, as long as your truck can rotate and get wide for turn 8, have at it. Go as wide as you want.
Bobby Mantle just went wide in turn 7 there too.
He did. We just caught that as well. So he's whipping it out there. In turn 1, you can do it kind of as well. There is a zone, Dustin, where you get too far out of turn 1. It will hit you at the 1.5 second yield penalty for cutting the course. But if you can still drop all 4 tires on the left side of the curbing and still be okay. It's about halfway past that open zone right here is where you get tagged for it.
Yeah, and you've seen that Stephen Hayes was out there as well, and that's about as far as the extent that you can take it. You go any further than Stephen Hayes did, and you will get tagged with that yield penalty there that you are going to have to slow up and give back. So it's kind of a give and take. You know, you want to maintain that momentum coming out of turn 1 like that, but again, Don Blazer hits the curbing, sends him wide, and he's going to lose a spot to not only Stephen Hayes, but possibly E.J. Luna here, depending on how well he gets through the carousel.
First pass attempt here I think I've seen all night long, at least on camera, and there we are. He's going to take 24. He's there if he wants to try to take it back over. Not happening. The 11, Dustin, actually, Don Blazer was 4th fastest in practice, only 6/10 off the fastest time. So based on the practice performance, it doesn't surprise me Don Blazer's up here in the top 5 duking it out as EJ wants that spot back into turn 1.
Yeah, EJ's got the preferred line going into turn 1 here. He just has to maintain, not drift up. Crossover attempt there, but just could not get the momentum needed and that was from Don Blazer. So Blazer is going to fall back to P6 just outside the top 5. And that's the first time he's fallen outside the top 5 since the drop of the green flag, Jeremy. So he's been running very stout and very strong, consistent tonight.
Yeah, fantastic job for driver number 11 so far. Lap 11, speaking of number 11s, as we're getting a little bit closer and closer to the quarter of the way through this event. We're going to kind of cycle through and look at some of the trucks that currently not had some screen time that may be in a fun spot or just needs a shout out here or there. But Dustin's so widened out already. This is where it gets fun for you and me to call these races, because it's just, I think maybe the best spot on the track is the 89 and the 1, 2nd, and 3rd. These guys are only 2-3 truck lengths apart. They've had a little TV time, but this is probably the best spot on track here. The only battle at this moment, lap 12 underway, going up the hill, turns 2 and turn 3.
Yeah, working their way through the S's right now. And these two have not left each other. This is, like you said, your closest battle. Your leader just went into the bus stop, and that's going to be Michael Thorpe Jr. working his way through the bus stop right now. Now the carousel. Since the drop of the green flag, he has not looked back. Driver of the 34 there is just out to a commanding lead right now. Almost a 5-second gap between him and that battle right here between Bobby Mantle and Mike Hayes. Welcome back to Global Racing, Mike Hayes. as he's now battling and been running solid in the top 10. And then you got to go all the way back just out of the carousel is Stephen Hayes. That's 4th place, and EJ Luna just exited the carousel as well. That's your top 5. That is how spaced out the top 5 alone are.
Yeah, 100% there. It's just the natural production of road course racing here. But it's cool to see that there's at least 1 or 2 positions still up for grabs. The 189 still progress through as we kind of cycle through there. 72. Here's the 91, Mr. Ricky Hudgens. And now here's Tyler Honeycutt in the 45 trying to recover from his spin. He lost a total of 7 spots from the time of the green flag flew. 5th to 12th for the 45 as he's looking at the back of Ricky Hudgens getting to turn number 1.
Yeah, trying to gain those spots back. He's 2 spots outside of the top 10 again, and he still has 3 positions to make up after he cracks the top 10 to get back to where he was prior to that carousel exit mishap that happened. But a lot of laps. We're only working lap 13 right now. Jeremy out of 72. He's got plenty of time. You don't have to rush it right now. There's still pit stops. Again, you can gain a decent amount even on pit road at a road course like this. Your exit, entry, exit, I mean, it plays a lot right now. As you see Hudgens, he's really yawing that thing out going through the carousel. And look at the different lines going through. And you see Hudgens goes way wide on that. And Jeremy, I don't think that helped him at all. That closed Tyler Honeycutt right up on him.
No, it sure did. He is feeling the pressure. You're making a little mistake here or there. 45 man does such a great job rotating through 7. He had to check himself up to not. Oh, Ricky made a big mistake. Really wide on entry. Drives it way too tight up the track. And there goes the 45. See you later, Ricky. Going to move the 45 back to 11th. Ricky Hudgens. You know, he's going to, yeah, there he goes. He's going to lose that spot there, but he's still 1 up overall from his starting position. And now the 45 is going to eyeball the 76 of David Holsey, which is only 4 to 5 tenths in front of him.
Yeah, so again, we'll keep an eye on Tyler Honeycutt as well as he's trying to rebound from that early race mistake. Back to that battle that was going on for P2 between Bobby Mantle and Mike Hayes. Mantle has stretched the gap a little bit. He's got about a 2 to 3 truck length advantage now over the one of Mike Hayes, but still close racing there as those two are happening. One thing we didn't get a chance to cover as we were covering some of the other stuff, EJ Luna moved up a position to P4. He was able to get around the 13 of Stephen Hayes. As you see, Stephen Hayes tagged the turn 8 exit wall there as they're coming down the front stretch.
22, Abram Ghostin. He's on pit road. Not sure what brings him in on lap 14. I guess that might be the fuel window that's starting to open up, Dustin. He just came down pit road without damage. So early pit stop. A little too early for... Nope, never mind. Abram Ghostin gone. He just mainly disconnected. So no, fuel strategy was not a thing in that. He just could not complete tonight's race. So we're down to 14 drivers in this race tonight.
Yeah, and it's a tough thing, Jeremy. I mean, this is one of those tracks that if something is off, whether it be the setup, whether, you know, just, I mean, maybe you're under the weather, something is off. This is a grueling track, and it's one of those tracks that drivers are just like, you know what, this is just not the night. It's not going to happen. It is going to be a grueling, just mentally debilitating 72 laps at Watkins Glen. You know, even these drivers that are back here fighting, you know, in the top 5, just outside of the top 5, you know, even though they're not up there fighting for a win, I mean, these drivers are giving it their all. You know, things are still going good, but, I mean, it only takes one thing, you know, to have something go bad. And if it's early off in the race, Jeremy, that almost sets the pace for the entire race like that, you know. So hats off to drivers like Tyler Honeycutt, who had that early race mistake. You know, that usually sets the pace and sets the tone and mood. And it takes a lot for a driver to mentally power through that, to keep going.
Really can. It's a lot of laps. It really is a lot of laps. 72 laps on an oval, that's easy breezy, right? 72 laps at a 2.5 mile road course. Very, very challenging. If you got high force feedback settings, that's a big arm workout. But regardless, you're up, turn left and right. 9, 10 times minimum, right? So it's way more work than what most of these guys have practiced for. Because a lot of these guys are oval guys. They're not really claimed road course ringers by any means. So it's a whole different setting here. If it's myself, I'm okay with it, but not everybody. Tyler Honeycutt, he's around the 76 of holes. He's right behind the 64 Danny White, by the way. So he's picking him off here. He's in the top 10 looking for P9. And Dustin, I fixed my camera issue I talked to you about in that Turn Up the Toots. I found the button, so I can rotate my cameras automatically again.
Hey, so you're not stuck looking through crowds and trees. Oh man, Danny White. If he didn't make contact with that turn 8 exit wall, and it looked like he might have, he got super close, but it was enough to slow him down. Tyler Honeycutt going to try to make the pass on the outside here. He's going to have the room to make that run, and it's going to pinch the 64 down. Mark Tyler Honeycutt up to P9, actually P8 now, is EJ Luna is coming down pit road. He's actually done with his pit service, and he's on his way back out, Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a fuel thing for the 24 or not. Not too sure. I thought they can go at least 20-ish laps. We'll see in the next couple laps if more and more start to file in down pit road. But the 24 taking the early pit stop this time on lap 17.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do strategy here, Jeremy. You know, a lot of it is going to be based on fuel. Most of the time, these tires hold up pretty decent at Watkins Glen. So when you have to pit, it's not so much because your tires are done. It's because, you know, you need that simulated Sunoco race fuel.
You don't need that. What is that? You need fuel to run this place? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the pit stops can matter. I mean, if you're running a second off the pace with an old set of tires, and you shortcut, that might, give you a better long run advantage. I'm not too sure. I know some people can they plan these things. They'll go, do the 3-stop strategy, the 4-stop strategy, and they plan accordingly. If you do the 4-stopper, you just rip it, man. You run qualifying laps all day. But if you run the 3-stopper, then you're like, okay, I need to be a little easier on throttle so I can save the rear tires, that kind of thing. So, Callum Bailey on the Nerd TV replay. Getting himself a little showtime for Rip Rossi there, and harmless spin out there.
It was. I mean, it lost time on the track, but it could have been a lot worse. Made absolutely no contact with the turn 8 exit wall. Made no contact with the pit road barrier as we got Dustin Franklin coming down, Jeremy. So it looks like that pit window is open. EJ Luna, first one to try that short pit option. Dustin Franklin in that 74, who we have been talking about this guy as of the recent weeks. I mean, he's just quietly been sitting right around the top 5 in points. He's been racking up the top 5s and the top 10s. Very consistent driver, and that's the reason why he's looking like he's going to be locked in for the playoffs come next week. So, again, green flag pit stop starting, Jeremy. Who's going to be the next one to take?
Yeah, that 74 truck. Finished in the top 10, 42% of the races this season. Top 5's 21%. So he's up there. He's doing work this year. And so let's see how he does complete this event on the road course side of things. But who's coming in next? I have no idea. Michael Thorpe could. He's got a 5-second lead. He could spend how much time he wants there. That's not the first time I've seen him, too, getting a little throttle happy on exit. So the truck's a little on edge, but as we all know as racers, if your vehicle's on edge, you're probably faster.
Yeah, and I mean, he was right at that curbing, too, going right over the curbing. So rear tires still trying to beg for grip when you're going over that, because it's a rumble strip over there to boot. So it's a very touch-and-go situation, just like that bus stop there.
He's going to pass Callum Bailey right here on the outside of turn 6. Callum Bailey loses it for the second time. So if you got that on the Nerd TV replay, we'll showcase what it looks like coming out of the bus stop with a loose race truck. If you have that there, he's got the live view of him as he gets recovered back to the grass. Why not mow that part of the grass section as we get to turn 7 and 8 with him.
It did not register that off track.
It didn't register.
No, it didn't register the off track.
Well, that's off track to me. There
Yeah.
you go.
Thank you,
Little
SDK.
rewind.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he hit
Little
the curbing there and
rewind.
it upset that truck, and that was all it took. And he was, almost had it saved, and the front tires gripped and ripped it right back to the left. And this one here, slight contact there. But yeah, like you said, he's struggling there on that one. And we did see him just about a lap and a half, 2 laps ago, spin out coming out of turn 8, Jeremy. So those tires probably pretty heated to boot, which could have actually added to that situation they're going through the bus stop.
Dustin with the pun of the night there so far. Heated to boot. I see that's a. Because
I got the dad jokes for days today, man. I don't know what it is. You got to pick your game up.
I need more caffeine. I think that's ultimately the problem here. Yeah, no, I'm actually dry on my dad jokes tonight. I have no idea why. So I'm glad that you brought the A game here tonight. You're pressing the buttons and have the commentary down pat. I'm just here to showcase you some breathing time in between your great commentary. So with that being said, we're going to hit a little reset button, go picture-in-picture commercial break. Hold on. Dustin said nope.
Yeah, Dustin indeed. Dustin Franklin said nope, not going to happen as he goes down into turn 1. Oh!
The worst kind of overcorrect. Into the wall.
Yeah, those
No damage realistic. Why not hit it again?
those curbings, man, they're playing hell for some of these drivers and these tires for sure.
Okay, well, thank you, Dustin, for a little moment. I kind of backed them up about 10 or 15 seconds as now Thorpe is about to lap the 74s. They're nose to tail basically down the second long straightaway, the middle portion of the track. As Thorpe he's actually lost his lead a little bit, Dustin. Michael Thorpe was out to a 5.2 second lead at one point. Now he's down to 3.5 as Bobby Mantle is ripping it around this track. Way faster at the moment, catching him by over 2 seconds as they're logging now lap 23. So now we're going to take our picture-in-picture. We'll be back in just a couple.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful, booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, is so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Back to full screen here. Currently lap 26 of scheduled 72s. We're past the third of the way portion done, and we got a little replay footage here. Let's see what Ricky Hudgens of the 91 offers us today. Dustin, was that a downshift on an H pattern?
That's what it looked like. That's almost what it looked like. That was
an
a
abrupt spin out.
very abrupt.
It has to be. Let's yeah, Oakley visor can this thing. Let's see, watch those RPMs. That's your telling sign.
6, 7. Oh
Walked in
man.
at 8, yeah. It tax out at 8, so yeah.
Yep. That was a money shift for sure.
All right. Well, that's not what to do. Thankfully, he was around nobody, so no one's race was affected. Just his own. Lost about 4 or 5 seconds on that transaction, but that 27 now. Here comes the 46 Bradley. Oh no! Ricky Hudgens spins out deep into turn 7. I don't know if he hit the wall. No, he did not. I think he's going to be contactless. Goes to the dirt a little bit. And the tires are hot and heated, and now they're extra pissed off at him as he gets rolling once more.
Yeah, picking up extra marbles there in turn 7 as well. That I imagine the tires were probably not happy with him after that pit exit either in the money shift, and he just sent it into turn 7 there, and it did not like him. Oh, right in front. Was that Weimer or Blazer that was right there?
I can never tell the difference between those two. You kidding me? Let me go back and take a look at my replay, and I am showing the likes of number 11, Don Blazer. That's the guy that was right behind him, seeing everything as we go on the dashboard cam of Don Blazer. And there's he got loose in the very entrance of turn 7. It's either the tires are pissed off or he has too much rear brake bias. Either way, he got loose in braking and then chased the truck all the way up into the gravel.
Yeah, not a good day for the driver of the 91, Ricky Hudgens. As we got another one, looks like Jonathan Gaston also went for a little bit of a ride here in the 72. As he's working his way off of turn. Oh, man, turn 8 bit him. Locks it down. Oh.
No. He released the brake too early, man.
Yep, he had it locked down, released the brake just a hair too early, and it just sent him straight into it. That's the first time we've seen somebody off of turn 8, Jeremy, lose it like that since Callum Bailey earlier in the race. And oh man, Michael Thorpe Jr. laying it out coming out of the carousel.
Race implications right there. He could have just ruined his night plus some. But yeah, you see the gravel right there from the turn 7 kick up from as he gets loose again. I think there's still a little gravel left over from the turn 7 spillage from the 91 that maybe he's causing turn 8 to be a little looser with debris on the tire. But here comes that 34 down pit road, and the number 1 as well, Michael Hayes, finds pit road, so he will not relinquish the lead this time, as first and second find our way to the virtual cruise.
Yeah, first and second coming their way now. Third place, Don Blazer coming through turn 7. Now entering turn 8. Will he come down pit road? Does not look like it.
No.
He's staying out. He looks like might take over this race lead depending on how quick he can get down into turn 1. And he does, Jeremy. So if he can come back around, that will be essentially our first, as he takes it way wide on that one there.
Yeah.
This
That might be a yield.
That might be a yield. Might not. We'll have to find out. But this, if he can cross that start-finish line, this will be the first lead change since the drop of the green flag. It's been all 34 Michael Thorpe Jr.'s. Oh, Hudgens sideways in the track. And he just, he quick hits the pits.
Is that a 3 and done there for the 91? You said that was Hudgens. It sure
Oh,
was.
he
Turn 4.
just clipped the wall.
And that's with the fresh set of tires. He came down pit road after that second spin. He is just, man, that truck not handling at all this evening, Ricky Hudgens. Thankfully kept him on the bottom half of the track, not affecting the race of the number 11. Craziness.
Craziness.
As he backs out.
Blazer right now, he's looking, has the potential to be the first new leader, but Michael Thorpe Jr., Bobby Mantle right on his tails. And no, he's not. He's going to relinquish it. Michael Thorpe Jr. is going to take this over and lead this lap. So no lead changes.
Yeah, Michael Thorpe keeping it, but look who's there. Bobby Mantle. He went from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, now under 1. Bobby has found the magic here. And now we got a battle for the race lead for the first time tonight. So Michael Thorpe Sr. Might want to wake up from your nap of Thorpe Jr. just dominating this race, because it is on, man. We gotta race for the lead.
Yeah, Bobby Mantle is tracking. Mike Hayes still holds that third position. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Brad Miner goes way wide. Tries to extend the track limits. But there happens to be a wall there. EJ Luna, the first driver to pit. He's still sitting in the top 5 and 4th right now. But he had a little wobble coming down there, Jeremy. So tires may not be liking him a little too much as he's working his way through the bus stop right now. Still looks clean. Danny White up here in the top 5. Is he still out there cranking some laps?
Yeah, he's not doing terrible. He's a little inconsistent around the track, but I mean the speed's there. And of course, being 5th or 6th place, depending on pit cycle, he's kept the truck clean for the most part. You know, he had one slight brush to the wall. I think it was turn 8 exit. That's that. Just been clean sailing. A little conservative approach. So you see how shortcut he made that corner, and how wide he took the carousel. He's taking it the easy route as he comes down pit road here to the service of his crew, Dustin, on lap 31.
Lap 31, we go back up to your race leader, and Bobby Mantle was there, but Thorpe Jr. decided to push the throttle pedal down a little bit now that he's actually got some heat in those tires, and he's actually extended that lead out now and has started gapping the 89 of Bobby Mantle.
Yeah, by a lot. We'll see how this works. Bobby had the long run speed. Let's see if he dropped to about 5.5. I think it was the farthest gap I saw from the race lead to second place. Let's see if the 89, who has a little bit older tire now, can keep it within 5 seconds. And then if he can, how much can you close it back in? Granted, he keeps the same tire wear consistency underneath him. And we're on lap 32 this time. Your separation was 2.5 seconds. As Bobby looked very conservative and slow through turn 1 there, Dustin.
Yeah. And again, we know Bobby's a driver that likes to try to extend it. He's, one of the more consistent long run drivers out there. But I tell you what, I would not want to let a driver get too far out because, you'll be able to track him back in, but that's still a lot.
Oh, no. 76 in front of the race leader. Gets it out of the way in time. David Holsey. I thought he wrecked someone right there.
Oh,
really close.
bus stop.
64 Danny White.
Oh, man. Almost had it, too. That bus stop got him so... Danny White.
Man.
That bus stop got him so out of sorts. I mean, he had that thing lost entering the bus stop, Jeremy. Right there, it was already out. It was already gone. You see him throttling it, gone. Still trying to save it, and finally complete break. Man, and I tell you what, that right there, Danny White, I hope you know how close you were there, buddy, because it was close.
And that's our butt kicker, butt clincher of the moment of the night there for 64. David Halsey, the auto, don't correct up the track, man. It was so close. You could have just kept it on the guardrail, it'd have been good. And Danny White just got shocked there for a moment. He probably went from like just casual cruising to like sweating bullets right there for a moment. So a little spike of adrenaline for the 64. But now it's coming back down a little bit.
Kicker butt clencher award. I like it.
Came up with that on the fly. See, I've woken up. Things have changed now.
Somebody's got their caffeine.
I didn't actually do much. I didn't do anything. I guess the one I did drink finally starting to work. So I came up with something. Did you check that out?
Look at that.
Why don't you look at it?
But yeah, now Jeremy, this is very, I mean, textbook road racing. Things getting very, very spaced out. There's not a lot going on. There's your track map presented by iRacing iFlag, Jeremy, and they're pretty much spaced out all over except for one section there. But those dots that are there, that's a mixture of lead lap and lap down cars or cars about to go a lap down. Is the dot there going down that long straightaway before the bus stop with the green circle? That is who's on your camera right now. That is Michael Thorpe Jr. But you have drivers like David Halsey, who's in 11th, who's back there. So we have a mix of drivers here right now that they're all over the place, and this is road racing at its finest, textbook.
Yep, it absolutely is. We've had a little bit of fun now in this after the first round of green flag pit stops with the self spins and the close calls and lead changes and battles going on. Michael Thorpe Sr. said nothing to worry about. He's just continuing to watch this race go on, and he won't say what he's doing, but he said he's not napping. So,
I from the emoji, I know what you're doing, my man. Know what you're doing.
I don't have the fart soundboard on my stream deck. That's what I get out of that one.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Yeah, we'll call it that. He's gassy.
A little gassy. Michael Thorpe Sr. is on this fine Sunday evening here, 7:57 p.m. Eastern Time. So just right around the corner from 8 o'clock, and we are on lap 35, Dustin. So we are 2 laps away from the halfway mark of this event. We've been on YouTube for just over 1 hour, so it's going to be looking like a slightly over 2 hour long broadcast before this race is all said and done. Plus we have post-race interviews, so I appreciate y'all watching. 13, I've been live very consistently through this whole thing.
Which is good for a road course. That's good for a road course. I am
We'll
not.
take it.
Yeah, I will take that any day.
Yeah, my Flow 2K3, I did not miss your message, by the way. He said EJ Luna is going to come back and win. So we're going to give it a plus 1,500 odds that EJ Luna will come back and win this event, and you can bet on that if you would like in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work, though. He's got the likes of Mike Hayes, Bobby Mantle, and then, of course, Michael Thorpe Jr., who has been leading this thing since the drop of the green flag. Michael Thorpe says, a peaceful day in Chi-Town. I find that hard to believe. I cannot stand that city. I love the sports teams. You cannot pay me enough to go to that city. I don't even like going there for work, and I do government work, and I don't like going up there because I can't carry my sidearm while I'm on government time. And last time I went up there, I stepped out of the car and heard 3 gunshots about 3 blocks away. I'm like, well, this is fantastic. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the city itself, but certain aspects of the city I am.
Kimberly, changing the topic completely. She's really craving some brownies, man. Hope the Hayes brothers pull through. You can just make them yourself regardless, Kimberly. You can just make a fresh batch and enjoy them all for yourself. You don't even have to share.
Maybe that's the
So-
motivation that Steven and Mike both need to sit here and get the dub. I'm
Well-
just saying.
Great news. Michael Thorpe and Michael Hayes have first and third locked in with Bobby Mantle in the mix somewhere in second place. So, and Michael Thorpe Sr., LOL, you know what you know. Peaceful in my kitchen.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take that, Michael. I will take that.
So we'll battle here, 64. And actually not for position. This was just a pass on the track here. Michael Hayes making a pass overlap down truck. Danny White in the 64 is recycling out of the 13. Stephen Hayes currently P5, up 2 positions from his starting spot in 7th, 37 laps ago. Dustin, there's been a thick coverage of clouds over New York in the virtual world here. As we're going to complete lap 37 now as Thorpe Jr. crossed the line. It is dark right now at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, that means that track is going to cool down just a tick, but probably something these drivers are probably a little happy about. They're a little cooler track condition there, at least momentarily, because again, cloud coverage will probably dissipate, and we will see more sun coverage coming back through, but it's not slowing down the 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. Bobby Mantle still trying to track him down, but Thorpe Jr. is gapping Bobby Mantle. Bobby Mantle's gapping Mike Hayes. So one driver we haven't talked about recently, though, but that 45 of Tyler Honeycutt. Remember that early race incident that he had? Dropped him from 7th all the way back to 12th, battling for 13th. He's worked his way back up to 7th place, Jeremy. So good rebound in about 34 laps from the time that happened. He's finally got back to where he was at. So again, like we said, drivers, if they're patient, they have plenty of time to make things up.
Speaking of making things up, Tyler Honeycutt's probably saying there's rain on the track with all this cloud coverage. That's the next thing to fall, right, is rain. So, as we know in iRacing, that's not possible on the NASCAR side of things. But, I mean, if you want to be a simulation, they bring the wet tires for the main series when they come to road courses and short tracks. So, step it up. Let's get some rain in these truck races. That'd be kind of fun. Probably not in Dustin's eyes, but for me in broadcasting, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of running in the rain, man. I will give props to a lot of the open wheel road racing guys that run in the rain, man. I have not found my niche in running in the rain yet. That is probably one of my biggest kryptonites when Nerd Esports does the endurance iRacing special events is freaking rain-covered tracks, man.
What do you mean? You excel in that so much. You just got to put yourself in a good car. We run the Porsche in the endurance stuff, and that car performs very well in the rain. If it was dry only, I would be definitely in the Mustang. That's what I run when we're not doing the endurance stuff. But that car is terrible in the rain, though. So it's heavier. It has more rear power. It doesn't have the corner speed like the Porsche does, but it has that straight speed, and that doesn't bode well in the rain.
Yeah, no. We what was it last season? Nerd Esports tried the Spa. What was it? Spa 24.
Yes, sir.
And we made it, I think, 2 hours into it. Both KB and myself, we both tried it on the rain, and then you came in after that and tried it, and you even struggled. And out of all of us, you're the strongest rain driver that we have on the team, and you struggled. I'm like, well, shit, if he's struggling, man, we got no chance at this.
Yeah, we parked it. We parked it early. That was atrocious. Wrong car. Should have done the Porsche, absolutely. But we tried the Mustang. It was a new release, and I'm a huge.
You don't know if
Ford
you don't
person.
try.
That's right. So I'll stick it to the dry weather tracks and Porsche when we know there might be a threat for rain. 40 laps into this event here. Just wanted to update you a little bit. Position-wise, not really much going on except for Michael Thorpe Jr. has got his largest lead of the night, 6.1 seconds that last time around. This time finds himself at 6.8. So that 5.2 from the previous green flag cycle, got 6.8 now for the 34. Just cruise control. It has been pressed. The thing is on rails, autopilot, whatever you want to call it. Just look at him and go, no traffic around him. It's just himself logging some qualifying laps.
Yeah, and again, I mean, he's got the momentum. Fantastic showing, over the last number of races. And, I mean, momentum is everything, especially when you're building up to the end of the regular season and going into the playoffs. Having momentum is probably just as strong as having skill. There's no scientific rhyme or reason behind it besides just the mentality and the mental state that you go into it. When you have been stringing together fantastic finishes, consistent finishes, that momentum builds up big time, and it propels you.
It can. Even at tracks that you might not think it would work. You're like, oh, I'm going to suck here. But if you do really well the race prior, then it gives you that little something, a little pep in the step, which definitely helps at a racetrack. You might not think it because you're driving the same track, same whatever, that you've been planning on running, but it never fails to see someone step up their game a little stronger. And as we're looking at the 24, EJ Luna, the guy that Flow 2K3 said was going to win tonight's race, well, he's got 34.7 seconds to make up if he's going to do it. But he's in P4. He's up 2 positions inside the top 5 comfortably, EJ Luna. Not too bad here at Watkins Glen.
No, again, very consistent race. He was the first out of all the drivers to come down pit road, still out there. And he's been running strong, solid top 5 right now. He doesn't have any pressure behind him. Stephen Hayes is the next closest person to him, and he's just now coming out of the S's and going down that stretch. And EJ Luna is already working. He's already out of the bus stop into the carousel. So no pressure behind, no pressure in front right now. Dustin Franklin spins and off the track.
Why did we do that, Mr. Franklin? That's the second time you've been in some type of mess. Here we go. Oh, the bumps on the 3rd section of the bus stop. Just cleaned his clock. He's going to slide, and we saw our buddy Steve Rada, their esports driver, do that in an ARCA series a few weeks ago for PSRA. And Dustin Franklin's going to find the tire barrier. Not as hard of a hit. Still looks pretty clean, but there's another incident from the 74 as he comes down pit road.
Yeah, and at this point in time, we're working lap 43, Jeremy. I mean, we're at that pit window anyway for a number of drivers to come down. So at this point, I mean, those tires, they're heated. He was in the grass. He was in the dirt. That they're just specked with all kinds of nastiness right now. So anytime he tries to get on the throttle, he has an increased chance of that thing spinning and losing traction. So probably not a bad idea to come down and get some fresh simulated Goodyear stickers on there and go out there and rip it again.
As cloud coverage just continues to the flood over the skies here at Watkins Glen. We're going to go picture-in-picture commercial break. We'll be back here in a few.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy jerky. The original booze-infused beef jerky with a pear. Now...
Well. 47 laps, and we get our first official lead change of the evening. Do pit stop cycles. Michael Thorpe Jr. pits before the number one of Michael Hayes, Mr. Part-Timer himself, showing up here leading the lap. Watkins Glen, Dustin.
Yeah, and again, the official first lead change of the night. I mean, through virtue of pit stops, we've had drivers take the lead and surpass Michael Thorpe Jr., but they didn't make it back to the start-finish line by virtue of them coming down pit road and Thorpe Jr. passing them before the line again. Mike Hayes, this is the first one. He stayed out, he led the lap, and he's going to continue leading the laps right now. So, like you said, 47 laps, Jeremy, out of 72. And we got our first lead change. There's only been 2 official leaders in this entire race. That man right there, Mike Hayes, and that man right there, Michael Thorpe Jr.
Yep, that's it. It says number one continues to stay out. 2 laps led now for the truck number 1, Michael Thorpe, 16 seconds out, tracking his lead back. But whenever the one comes down, he will have a staggering 11-second lead. 11 and a half, really, between himself and Mantle, who the 34 has a 2-lap advantage over the 89, plus that 11 seconds. Ooh, as the 34 Hayes almost hits the guardrail wall going up through the S's. That could have been dangerous. Do not think he made any contact there, but yeah, that was a major advantage to the 34 this time around versus the 89.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, we said that pit strategy was going to play a factor in this when drivers came in, what they did, how they did it, and it's making a difference right now. Like you said, I mean, this is, again, typical road racing in any type of series. It doesn't just have to be stock car related or NASCAR related like the trucks, but I mean, you're looking at a staggering difference of, a 16 and a half second lead right now between Hayes and Thorpe. And there's another 10 to 11 seconds between Thorpe and Bobby Mantle. So we talked about it, Jeremy, you can still gain or lose on pit road. And we see the drivers that are gaining on pit road right now.
Thorpe Sr. saying, hey, don't make a fuss about it. Go pit number 1. Mr. Part-Timer has to come down pit road, absolutely. At least 2 more times, I think, before this race is over. So he'll find his way down there soon. But he's stealing some laps from that 34, who's just been in dominant fashion all night long. As you see the pit cycles there, you don't see any yellow bubble next to Hayes on the right side. That's because, well, he's not made that pit stop, and he continues to run another lap here, completing lap 49. This is going to signal 23 laps remaining at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, he's been on this set of tires and this tank of fuel for 21 laps. You see Thorpe Jr. only put 17 on that last set before he came down pit road. So, this is where you're seeing staggering. I mean, for the most part, their first stint was about the longest, Jeremy, between your top four right now, Hayes, Thorpe Jr., Mantle, and Blazer. They all put at least 25-plus laps on their tires, and their second stint, with the exception of the driver on your screen right now, Mike Hayes, everybody else did not put more than 20 laps on their tires before coming down to the service of their crew. Well, except for Hayes and looking at it, Don Blazer too. Don Blazer still has to pit. He's only one less lap on his set of tires and tank of fuel than what Mike Hayes is.
About one, yeah. That sounds accurate there, looking at the stats and whatnot. As we have 6 trucks. Oh, here comes the number 1. There he is on lap 50. Decides to bring her on down. So he's going to relinquish that lead to Michael Thorpe. Not this lap. I don't think he's going to get there in time. Might be a little close, actually. We'll see who makes
he'll
it
get
first.
There. Oh, no, not this lap. No.
No, he will not. By like 5 seconds. He will miss it. But next time he will definitely be there and give. He's actually lost some ground over the 89 that he had. He was 11.5. Now he's only 9 seconds roughly away from Bobby Mantle. So Mantle picking up the pace here on this run as you're still cycling in. But yeah, 22 laps remaining. One more pit stop left for all these drivers, I do believe. And
is there,
we'll
though?
set them on home. I think.
I mean, if you look at the stint length, I mean, Jeremy, they were able to get 28, 29 laps on their first set there.
Well, maybe not.
So when they came down, I think that was their last pit stop. I think they're running this thing down to the end.
Okay, maybe they're doing it by averages. Because I'm looking at the 2 pit stoppers. Yeah, you might be right. Let's see, your top 2, of course, your fastest. They're burning the most fuel. They got 43 laps on 2 pit stops. That's an average of 22.5 laps, and we're 22 to go. So you actually might be right. I think they're going to be able to make it based on the average count there.
Yeah, so I mean that was I'm thinking that was the last one. These drivers they're set to the end right now, and that's what they're setting their goals on. So as it comes around now, officially back in the lead by virtue of iRacing's timing loops being at the start finish line for lead change. That is now Michael Thorpe Jr. regains his race lead that he's had since the drop of the green flag until it was officially taken away from him by Mike Hayes for about what? Whoa, man. Thorpe Jr. was sliding through those S's, man.
That's a struggle point. He is flirting with danger a lot of the times in the S's only. That time especially. Hit the rumble strip a little harder than what he would liked. And man, oh man, that could have wrecked him real quick there. That's a fast part of the track.
Yeah, it's a very fast part of the track. And, I mean, you're right. We have seen him really yawn it out there almost to that verge of, kind of clenching the butt cheeks a little bit. Because we've seen it so many times, Jeremy, where drivers have their truck is yawed out like that, and they go to turn it to maintain that slide or to counter steer it and bring it back, and those tires grip, and it just flings them the opposite direction. So, it's at this point, I mean, you have over a 9-second lead. I mean, you don't have to sit here and run it super hard right now. 20 laps to go. You've got some cushion there.
Yeah, you could just go on cruise control, man, and you'd be just fine. Don't shift so late in the gearbox, man. He is still spinning the tires up the S's as we got number 11 Blazer down pit road here. It's just fun watching this 34 just continuing to time trial this thing around this place. Cutting corners here, getting loose up the S's like he's chasing somebody down for position. But Bobby Mantle, for what it's worth, gained a half a second over the 34 that last lap. So 9.3 seconds is the gap.
Oh, Michael Thorpe Sr. in the chat says that's his driving style, on the edge with the face palm and a shrug emoji. Like, I don't know. So, what we're getting from that is Senior is used to seeing him drive like this. This is how he drives. That's but like what we say. I mean, loose is fast. You just edge it out in the corners. You know. I mean, he's showing he is the truck to beat. He's got the rocket right now that everybody is chasing, including that driver right there, the 89 of Bobby Mantle, has been chasing that 34 all night long. But in the later stages, Jeremy, out to some of the biggest gap delta separations that we've seen between these two drivers. Early in the race, it was 4 or 5 seconds. Later in the race, we're talking 9 seconds, 11 seconds. So that gap is real.
It was Justin Franklin almost loses it in the bus stop that time. I saw some smoke. That truck was loose, almost walled it in the tires. Saved it before he touched the grass. But he's good. He's ate clean through that turn 5 exit into turn 6. No harm, no foul. Bobby Mantle gained 0.2 over Thorpe Jr. that time, so 9.1 seconds is the gap. That's not going to matter. There's no more pit stops. You just talked about that a few laps ago, but I'm just going to bring it up anyways as a stat there as I see it, as we have 7 trucks technically in the lead lap at this time out of the 17 that have started the race.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, that's actually pretty good, too. I mean, these longer road races like that, you see a lot of trucks go a lap down off the lead lap, but a lot of them have been maintaining their pace, and we still have a decent amount that are on the lead lap right now. So as you see the 34, Michael Thorpe Jr. trying to work his way through traffic right now, still trying to keep that gap between him and the 89 of Bobby Mantle. Mike Hayes, finally he takes over P3 officially again.
We got a wreck, Dustin. David Holsey, driver of the 76 in the bus stop. Lost it in turn 5. You're going to see him right here.
Oh, took it way wide there.
A doop, a whoop, and a boop.
Yeah,
right into the tire.
He took it way wide going into that that bus stop entry like that. As we're going to watch it again, his entry here, you want to be as close to those rumble strips as possible going over them, and he's completely off of them, which screws up your trajectory going into the next one. So then he tries to overcorrect it, and it's too much, has to straighten it out, and then the tires just break loose and lose traction.
Fought the looseness from the very beginning, and then you just walked through that quite nicely, and then that's all she wrote for the 76 on that. But he's back up and going. No pit stop to be found for the 76 this time. Dustin, this is a great time to take our final picture-in-picture here for a few more laps, and then we'll call it to the end of the race. We'll be right back.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Back to full screen, and during that cycle of commercial breaks, some more things going on. The biggest one, the number one, Michael Hayes. Just a quick lock of the brakes, overcorrected. That looks like too much rear brake bias to me. Loops it around. The truck's fine, I think, but then he just tows it. I didn't see any engine smoke, Justin. I think that was all tire smoke.
Oh, we have
Maybe,
a couple.
Maybe it could have been a money shift, though. I'm not.
That's what it looked like, the way that it's. We'll go back and take a look at it, because this one happened during the commercial break. Dustin Franklin loses it going through the S's there, coming out. And Jeremy, another big implication. Bobby Mantle, driver who's running P2, going into turn 1 and loses it through there.
Clear. No contact.
No
Lost
contact.
ground.
A lot of ground, but yeah, we're gonna go back on with Mike Hayes here, though. We're gonna watch his RPMs there. Oh, yep. You seen that 8,000 ping?
Too much.
Yep, just too much.
You see the 300 engine cooked on the number one truck, and yeah, that 89 Bobby Mantle was kind of big, Dustin, because he had moved himself into the low 7-second separation between himself and the 34. He gained over 2.5 seconds trying to catch Michael Thorpe, and that spin out from the 89 just ended any chance of any comeback at all. 16.5 seconds back now of the race leader. And so if Michael Thorpe Jr. wasn't already comfortable enough, well, now you can just half throttle around this track and still get the dub.
Yeah. And Jeremy, one thing that we were talking about during that picture-in-picture commercial break, too, is you see it now, the sun is back out. That means that cool track condition, bye-bye. So that means these tires are going to get heated up a little faster. That means they're going to get greasier, Jeremy. And, I mean, except for Mike Hayes, which, you know, that one there was just a downshift one too many that popped that engine there, and that's why he had to go to the pits. I mean, the rest of these guys, I mean, their trucks look a little bit more on the free side as they work that wheel.
Yeah, thankfully the weather, well, I should say time of day, really, it's at 6:24 p.m. server time, which the sun is setting this point in the west side of the track, of course. So that being said, it's not direct sunlight, but it is sunlight. So this track will warm up a few degrees, probably at most, which 3 degrees, you're probably like, who cares? Well, when the tires are already blistering hot, 3 degrees more can definitely play a factor. Just how tire pressures do. Someone might go, I need a half a pound of pressure out of my right rear tire. You're like, that's dumb. And no, that makes the world of a difference handling the truck. So if a half a pound of pressure can make a difference, 3 degrees on the track? That certainly can. And these trucks are already loose on throttle. Thorpe Jr. was wicked loose on the top of these S's underneath cloud coverage. So now he's got sunlight to deal with. And plus you have blind spots now. You're going to look directly into the sun in some parts of the track. So plays a big factor.
And it absolutely does. I mean, we talked about consistency and rhythm. You know, if you can't see, a lot of drivers, Jeremy, will pick certain track markers, and that is a marker for us to start braking, start trans braking, you know, whatever it is for us to hit our corner entry. If you cannot see your visible marker because you're blinded by the simulated sun, that can throw off your timing big time.
Just a wee bit. Right here is where you stare into that sun. Thankfully, it's only a short straightaway, but this is the blindest part of the track.
Oh,
Oh, he scratches the wall. Look at this, Mr. 17.5-second lead. Trying to make a race version diecast out of his truck here, scraping that turn 8 wall.
yeah. And again, you were just talking about driving into the sun, Jeremy. So, I mean, that could have played a factor as well. Maybe you got on the throttle a little too soon, missed that mark. I mean, this is the stuff that, I mean, simulated drivers and real drivers alike are plagued by when, you know, we get on, whether it's a real track or a simulated track. I mean, these are all factors that the drivers have to contend with.
As the sun continues to set a little bit more and more, that should mitigate a little bit as they get to the final 10 laps now in this race. About 5 or 4 to go. The blind spot might not be there. It sets a little bit further down into the horizon, and 17.5-second lead still. Here's the 13. Stephen Hayes up 3 spots from 7th to 4th, finding himself in a very comfortable top 5 position here. 6 drivers are currently on the lead lap. The next one to go down a lap will be the Tyler Honeycutt 45 truck, who's on the front stretch. Michael Thorpe is as well. So about 3/4 of a straightaway is that difference. Thorpe would love to put the 45 down a lap.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 45 has been on a fantastic run as far as wins this season. But, you know, excellent rebound nonetheless. I mean, Tyler Honeycutt is just outside the top 5 right now. He's trying to chase down the 11 of Don Blazier, who is working through the bus stop right now as Honeycutt is coming into the bus stop. So 9 laps to go. If he can hit his marks, I mean, it's Tyler Honeycutt could potentially have a chance at a top 5, which would be a fantastic rebound, especially on how the start of this race took place for the 45.
Oh, for sure. The little oopsie really early in the race, and recovered very well. P6, almost to 5th. And if he can gain 5 seconds over Don Blazier in 9 or 8 laps, you know, he might be able to get back to that 5th place. And I'm sure he's punching the desk knowing that he missed his opportunity to maybe get a top 3 here tonight. He's not caught all the races by any means, the 45 has, but he's a multi-time winner in 2025. He gets the job done very well. This will not be one of the good races, unfortunately, here tonight.
No, I mean, it's a matter of perspective. I mean, at one point in time, he was back to 12th or 13th after that mistake, and he's worked his way up solidly in the top 10 right now, just a hair out of the top 5. That's a pretty decent rebound, especially on a road course like that where, I mean, it's not just left turns you have to worry about. Now it's right turns, and any turn, you know, something could happen, mistake could happen. The truck just doesn't react to, you know, what the driver's doing as far as inputs. And like what happened with Bobby going through turn 1. I mean, he had been on the marks all race long, and just that one right-hand turn, I mean, that set him back a few more seconds. So either way, I think it's a solid rebound for Tyler Honeycutt there, but it has been all Thorpe Jr. now. I mean, this guy has got a commanding lead. He could coast it at this point in time to the win, with 8 laps to go, coming to 7 laps to go as he crosses the line this time, Jeremy.
Michael Hayes does confirm, went from 3rd to 1st gear and instantly blew up. Tough. And that's his YouTube comment. So,
and that's what we were kind of thinking.
Yeah, I appreciate you drivers for popping the YouTube right after the race. You could just, you know, hang up the wheel, turn off the computer, go play a game, whatever the case is, and just. But no, you jump into the YouTube chat after you wreck, or whatever the case is, and you tell us about it. So
You give us the deets. I love it.
that's not common, I don't think, in a lot of places. It's very cool. So we appreciate that information.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean that's something we kind of figured, and that's when we went on board. We seen the banging the chip at 8,000, and then all of a sudden from 8,000 down to 300, which never understood that, Jeremy, how a motor that is not running could still be doing 300 revolutions per minute. I haven't quite figured that one out, and apparently neither is iRacing on that matter. But whatever.
Listen, it's okay. It is okay. 300 means dead in the iRacing world, apparently. So they should really, if they're gonna have 300 as number, can we just set it for 404? Like, that'd be perfect. Engine not found, 404.
Critical error.
That's my choice. I'm gonna submit that to the support at iRacing.com email, and we're gonna get this changed to 404.
I mean, if they're going to have anything besides zero when the engine's not running, I mean, we at least got to have some fun with it. And Michael Hayes says that he does want to cry, but it is what it is. And it's tough, man, because you had a top 3 locked in, but there's more races. I'm just glad to see it back out there on the track. I didn't have to call you out this week because you were actually there, man. So you know what? I'm proud of you, my guy.
Yeah, 100%. Dustin brought you back to the seat of the sim rig, and here you are turning some fantastic laps here at Watkins Glen. Maybe we'll see you next week, too, for regular season finale.
Oh, we're going to see him next week. The one is going to be at Richmond. We will see him next week. I'm calling it now.
Or else you will not get any broadcast time your next race.
No, if he's not there, then Kimberly has to make brownies for every driver.
There's just every case scenario equals brownies.
That's right. Kimberly sat here and made that offer, and you know what? We got to get brownies somehow.
The only way she doesn't make brownies is if I win the Global Racing League Championship this year. That's your only situation that will not result in brownies being delivered. I think as we get there, that's the future that I'm seeing here for Kimberly. So brownies for everybody.
You get a brownie, and you get a brownie, and you get a brownie.
Oh, no, Michael Thorpe.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Dude, I thought he was one overcorrect away from smashing the tire barriers.
This guy is going to give us a heart attack before the end of the race.
Michael.
God.
Michael. Come on, Michael. What was that? 17-second lead. You've led all but 2 laps, and you almost junked into the tire barriers with 5 laps to go. Are you serious right now, man? Take it easy.
My goodness. And Michael Hayes says he loves Richmond. Good. And we know that you are going to be there. That's how we know that you're going to be there next week for the regular season finale at Richmond.
Yeah, that's it. If he loves the track, Dustin says you have to be there. That's
Oh, my
you got to be there.
This guy, Michael Thornton Jr., these S's, man, every time I see him crest the top of the S's there, that truck is so slideways at times. It is just crazy. This guy is still out here trying to pull quick time qualifying laps, hot lapping it, and almost wiping himself out. My guy, you got it. Man, you can just, it's good. You know, that getting a win by 17 seconds is just as good as getting a win by 19 seconds. So you can settle for the 17. It's okay.
Drift Series champion Michael Thorpe Jr. out here sliding around on tires that are older than what we expected, Dustin. The secret sauce for Michael Hayes says secret info, the 34 took no tires on the last stop. Now, for a driver who has a 5, 6, 7, 8 second lead already based off of just pure speed, why would you take no tires? Michael, you need to answer some questions here a little bit later as you get to the post-race interviews, because I am scratching my head on that call. But either way, he's putting on a show for us as we just kind of lock in the camera for the next, 3.5, 2.5 laps, whatever the case is. Just don't junk it.
Yeah, just don't junk it. And I mean, and that makes sense. A little bit of driver insight there that we don't get that information up in the booth. A lot of times is what the strategy is on pit road. So it makes sense why that truck is a little bit more on the wild side, so to speak, in some of these corners and under throttle. Is if he's still out there on the same set of tires that he's been on for the last 40 laps, that kind of makes sense now.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense, but he's also been loose before with the fresher set of tires. So now it's just more and more edge. Dustin already talked about the fact that the sun's out, the track's loose. And then now he's on old tires. Shade is casted back over the track, so that's kind of more so of the sun going down versus the cloud coverage, because you still see some light sheening off the straightaway number 2. Off that one camera angle that we had close to the ground, but top of the S's looks a little cleaner through there. He's got some traffic in front now.
Yeah, he's got the 64 of Danny White up there as he works through the bus stop. Jeremy, 2 laps to go, a lap and a half now essentially as it sits. But I mean, he's got it in the bag. I mean, Bobby Mantle. I mean, Bobby's still out there running solid, but I mean, he still has time. He still has time.
Technically speaking, Thorpe's trying to wreck the thing, so you have time. You absolutely do. Just keep putting he's putting on great pressure. The 34 is finally starting to slow down, even though he's still driving through the grass and being just Michael Thorpe. But as we get the white flag, 1 to go, presented by absolutely nobody, as Barney just chucking the flag up and down, up and down.
He got to throw his shoulder out.
For what, 17 years strong now? He's been just hammer chopping that flag up, down, and he's got to do it for 2 minutes as these guys go around the track. Michael Thorpe, you have one more time through this bus stop. Do not wreck your truck.
Yeah, and that's, again, I mean, he's got a 12-second lead. I mean, the only way Bobby is going to win this thing is if the 34 loses that truck. Yeah, he literally can coast it through the next 3 corners and still be gravy. And, it does look like he is slowing it down a little bit, kind of pacing it. But as he works off of turn 6 right now, going into 7. So this is the last set of corners. Turn 7, Michael Thorpe Jr. dominating this Watkins Glen race. Turn 8 exit. Final corner for driver 34, Michael Thorpe Jr. will win at Watkins Glen.
Go get you on, Michael Thorpe, winner of race number 21. It's going to give him his 3rd checkered flag, 2nd most of the season, tied with Tyler Honeycutt and Austin McGill with 3 wins apiece, with Jacob Grant still holding 4. So that's going to be a close battle to see who can get the most checkered flags of the season, and I'll burn him down, number 34. Complete domination at the virtual Watkins Glen. And very fantastic burn out there in the turn 1 area over there.
Absolutely. Excellent race by the drivers. I mean, it's even the, even the spins that we've seen, Jeremy. I mean, it's typical at Watkins Glen. I mean, you put a lot of strain on these tires, a lot of strain on the trucks. And, I mean, we've seen, a few of them here or there. I was surprised at the money shifts. We've seen 2 drivers money shifted that was costly for him, and that's not typically something we see, but it's very easy to do with H-pattern shifters when you're going from 4th to go up to 3rd, and your wrist is just slid just a little bit as we do get some drifting through the carousel.
Oh man, he made it halfway through. That's not that he's going to have that. That was going to be amazing.
Man, are you going to count that as a wall contact on burnout? I would count that. No, I would, because he purposely was drifting that as a celebration.
No, that was too good. That was too good. He did a nice
Wasn't
trip
too good.
halfway.
He,
That's a
he,
180-degree corner. He made it halfway through. I
Yeah.
count that as a win.
No, he still hit it on a burnout, man. That was a victory celebration. Man, you can't be changing the rules now, man.
There's an asterisk because
There's no. This is not Inflate Gate. No, we are not the freaking New England Patriots. No, there's not an asterisk next to an undefeated season. No.
That wasn't a burnout, was it?
It totally was a victory
grip.
celebration. It was a victory celebration. Yes, and he hit the wall, and then kept burning out after hitting the wall.
I don't know about this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him.
I'm saying.
We'll have to ask him. He might just do it here. He almost did it. Just the full track burnout.
Jeremy up here changing the freaking rules like
I
usual.
created the book. It's all mine.
We have way too much fun up here. All right, Jeremy, let's run us through. Let's run us through the results.
All right, fine. Here we go. Race 21 race results. Michael Thorpe Jr., Bobby Mantle, E.J. Luna. This is going to be your podium top three with Stephen Hayes and Don Blazier rounding out the top five. Sixth place, Tyler Honeycutt, and that's your last driver on the lead lap. Seventh on back. A one lap down or more is Jeff Weimer, Bradley Miner, Dustin Franklin, Danny White, Michael Hayes, David Holsey, Jonathan Gaston, Ricky Hudgens, Callum Bailey, Abram Ghostin, and Chuck Cobb finished this thing out. Two of the three drivers have already put themselves in channel. I just have to grab EJ Luna, which he is there now. So we're, for the first time on a Sunday, we're ready to go straight into it as we go to the post-race show presented by Victory Fuel. And we have hold of third place, 24, Mr. EJ Luna. Congrats on P3, man. EJ, you got a copy? All right, we're going to move EJ up into the waiting room. We will talk to him in just a minute. We're going to try to grab second place first. Then I suppose Bobby Mantle. We're going to move to the driver, the number 89. Bobby Mantle, second place. Congrats on a good, solid run, man.
Thank you.
I know that last run, though, probably hurt a little bit. You're gaining an incredible amount of time on Michael Thorpe, who, for whatever reason, did not take a set of tires on that final pit stop, and allowed you to gain second after second after second. Were you just trying too hard there on the corner exit turn one?
Honestly, don't even know what happened. The truck just got away from me. Like I took it the same as I had taken it, all race long, and it just bucked out on me. So I tried to save it, and thankfully didn't hit the wall. But I came to a dead stop, and then that was it. There were no more close in that gap. So all it takes is one mistake to throw away that chance at the win.
And I noticed on the first green flag run, you of course Michael Thorpe broke out to a quick lead, but you were on the back half of it. We're trucking pretty good, pun intended. You going from 5.5 seconds up to like I think a second and a half or less than a second, somewhere around there before the pit stops. Do you feel like if you could have kept that pace from the first stint, that you would have been maybe in contention for this thing?
I don't know, because I had some pretty good long run pace, but I just didn't have that upfront pace that Thorpe had. Like, hats off to him. Dude was fast. I just had nothing for him tonight. So he made me go off my strategy. I kind of had a plan going in tonight. I was going to try and break it into thirds and see how it went. And with the lead he had, I just figured, I'll try and short pit him on the second stop there. And I thought that was going to work. And then I guess he didn't take those tires, and it threw me a curveball. And I was like, how did he gain 3 seconds off of pit road compared to me? And I don't know if I could have done anything different to run him down today, other than maybe just log some more laps before tonight.
Yeah, it's just bad fast overall, but come out second place. Job well done. Next week's the season finale, the regular season at Richmond. So good luck there, man. But final thoughts of this race before we let you go.
I just got to say again, big shout out to Thorpe. He killed it today. It was a well-deserved win. I got to shout out Michael Hayes from his return here. Unfortunately, he had a little bit of a mechanical error and blew the engine. But happy to have that man back here. Love you, buddy. And got to shout out my girl, Always tuning in to watch these things, and you guys are putting on an amazing show.
Well, appreciate you, man. We'll let you go here tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good week, and we'll catch you next Sunday.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, that's Bobby Mantle, P2 tonight. I'm going to try to bring in EJ Luna. This will be my final attempt. If he's ready, cool. If not, we'll move on to our race leader, our winner. EJ Luna, this is Jeremy at the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Dustin.
Hey,
how you guys
man.
doing?
Man, we're doing just fine up here for a Sunday evening. You had a great run from 6th to 3rd, so you got there in the podium. You had Flow2K3 in the chat kind of cheering you on, saying you were going to steal it somehow, but you got 3rd place. That's still great. Walk us through your night.
Well, I guess you could say I stole a P3. It was a pretty chill night. I felt like we just needed to keep our truck in order and try to make the most of the pit strategy. I kind of pit earlier than everybody. Try to undercut, but in the end, we cycled out like P4, and then something happened on Michael. So we ended up stealing this P3. I'm still proud of it. It was a fun race overall.
Yeah, man, racing is racing. Sometimes you get them by just putting in work. Sometimes you just get the rabbit's foot. So you got that for the 3rd place tonight. Moving on to Richmond next week. How you feeling about that place?
Richmond's kind of fun. I've gotten better at it. I know it used to not be one of my favorite tracks, but I've learned how to get around there, so I'm looking forward to next week, see what we can do.
We'll get to it, man. Maybe we'll talk to you then as well. But congrats on P3 tonight. Job well done. Any shout outs before I let you go?
Thank you, GRL Global, for putting this on. Nerd Twos, thank y'all for the broadcast. Everybody that's tuned in, appreciate y'all supporting all the drivers and the stream. And just my friends and family, thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
All right, man. Have a good rest of the night. We'll catch you next Sunday.
See you guys.
Yep. There he is. For his post-race interview, coming a little late, but that's okay. A little 2nd, 3rd now to this guy with his 3rd checkered flag of the 2025 season. Michael Thorpe Jr. just waxing the field tonight. Congrats, dude.
Thanks.
We got questions, man. not normal questions. How does a guy who has the most speed out of every driver go into the final green flag pit stop and go, I don't need tires? Walk us through that call.
Well, pretty much once I saw Bobby had pitted before me, I knew he wasn't gonna make it on fuel. So I just decided might as well take it. No tires. Plus my tires weren't even that bad the first run, so I just kind of took care of them a lot better than anybody else did.
But he made it on fuel. He gained like 6 seconds on you. I was like, man, if it wasn't for himself spinning there off of turn number 1 with like 5 or 6 to go, like that gap would have been close. So I know you
Hey,
were.
I forgot about that. I completely forgot he spun. So he probably would have had me. Probably would have been a good battle if he didn't do that.
And then walk us through going up the hill on an old set of tires and then going through the bus stop, because you almost wrecked it with like 4 to go. And I was like, he's just going to throw this thing away, isn't he? And then you somehow saved it. I'm surprised you didn't overcorrect it. So was it just the tires just destroyed at that point?
Just the tires, and due to the setup, just being how low the truck was, it did not like that bounce off the curb. And yeah, I mean, it surprised me a little bit, but I got it.
Yeah.
My man trying every way not to win the race and still wins the race. I love it.
Look at this guy. And then final random question. I call out people who hit the wall during their burnouts. Dustin says I should call you out. I say I shouldn't. Going through the carousel, you did a half a turn of just straight up Jim Connor style, then you hit the wall, overcorrecting it. Would you call that part of your burnout, or were you just sliding the thing?
Well, I just kind of, I've been trying to master that move there for I don't know how long, and still got some work to do.
There you go. They left that
But
answer.
I didn't care. So I
answer.
just kept doing burnouts.
There it is. I was going to side to Dustin with the word burnout. So appreciate you settling that little fun conversation we had there during your lap of burnouts, man. But realistically, great job. Just destroyed the field tonight. You're going to move on to Richmond. Any chance you're going to tie Jacob Grant for 4 wins this season?
It's getting there. I mean, no promises, but hey, we're getting closer and closer to it.
Yeah, your average of finishes have been picking up too this back half of the season. So get to it, man. And any shout outs you want to give out before we let you go?
Shout out to my dad, Team Watson Racing Setups, and the rest of the Full Throttle Motorsport team. Unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight, but I showed up and showed out for them.
You sure did. You were everybody all in one. That's how you're able to get the job done in dominant fashion. Congrats, dude. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So he did call that a burnout at the very end, Dustin. I gave him the second chance. He called it a burnout, so I'll give it to you.
You'll give it to me, huh? Okay, so here's my thing.
Give it to you.
Because you didn't want to call it a burnout, but what was he doing? The whole factor of a burnout is you are burning those rear tires off. You're spinning them. You're over throttling them. What was he doing through that entire corner? He was burning out. He was burning out. That's what drifting is. Drifting is just a controlled burnout, my guy. That's what it is. Yeah. So again, it's a burnout.
Then he lost it.
Then he lost it.
I guess.
Oh.
It's an art form.
It is. Sure. It really is.
And on old tires, those tires are what, 40 laps old? So.
Oh, over 40. Oh yeah. I mean, it's an art form for sure. But we like to have fun up here, so we don't get very many chances to call drivers out and poke fun. But unless your name is Mike Hayes, and then we like to do that from time to time. That's because Mike's he's a good guy. He plays nice. So
Dustin pokes the bear. It's fine. He enjoys it. Appreciate y'all joining in, by the way. 13 viewers, I think, for the most part, consistently kind of fell off at the end, but it's Watkins Glen. It's expected, so thank you guys for tuning in. And next week, Global Racing will be at Richmond, same time, same place, just next week ahead, so at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. But we have 2 more in the middle of the week. Wednesday, OP Butt Kicker series is going to be as their post-season stuff is underway, the playoffs for race number 2. And then we have Thursday's PSRA Fixed ARCA series going through their season. So we had the off week last week, and now we're back to it. So appreciate y'all tuning in once more. Have a good rest of your night. Stay safe. Get your nerd on. Dustin, what you got for him?
And as always, it's not goodbye. It's just till next time. Stay nerdy.
Back when nothing truly